And we want to continue with this now with our contributor in London, Jonathan Sacerdoti. Jonathan, good evening.
Good evening. Good to be with you.
So give us a bit of the numbers now. We're talking about the latest, the reaction, first of all, in the UK. We've seen the numbers of over 127,000 on the petition. Is this making real waves beyond the petition?
Well, having just checked those numbers, they're now up to 128,536. Now, the requirement of these petitions, which are run on the Parliament website, is that you need 100,000 in order to have Parliament consider a debate. They're very likely to debate it if you get over that 100,000. Recently, another similar petition made the news when somebody put one up asking for Donald Trump to be barred from the UK, and duly they went through that debate. Now, that's a good example because it shows that effectively they don't necessarily have any concrete effect or difference in regards to policy. But on this, if you look at the map of where people have been signing the petition as well, which is another function of the site, you can see that actually people from constituencies all over England and quite a few within Wales and Scotland have been signing in a pretty even spread, which means that this is not necessarily an issue that's of interest only to areas with some sort of vested interest in Israel, let's say, where there might be high concentrations of Jewish population. And that's partly because the Mail on Sunday didn't just look at the funding of terrorists through the Palestinian Authority, but also at what they say were other wastes of UK aid money, including flying people from North Korea to the UK to help them with their English, or flying singing teachers around the world to teach people British folk songs.
How soon, if at all, could we see a Parliament vote, and what can we expect from a vote like that? What kind of change can we expect?
Well, that vote could, rather than a vote, that debate could come soon in Parliament. But of course, there are 6 other petitions on the website. There's a sort of queuing system which have reached their 100,000 before it. So there is some leeway to rearrange the order, of course, depending on how much they think this is a pressing issue. But this is not the only issue that's being petitioned about on the website. There are petitions all the time for this. But it is one that gathered a lot of support. In just 12 hours, it went over its 100,000 mark.
Jonathan Sacerdoti, thanks very much for this. From London, we'll, of course, continue to follow this story. Thanks very much.